What's good, YouTube? The last video you guys were asking me how to do the between the leg spin dribble, and today I'm gonna be showing you guys that move and two other moves to go along with it. The second move I'm gonna be showing you guys is the instant step back, which I feel like is one of the most underrated moves in the game, and I'm gonna show you which spots to use it in. And the third move is this between the leg spin back that only a couple of ISO players know how to use. Before I show you the move, the animation that you'll need in order to do the between the leg spin is Pro 2 moving crossover. Make sure you purchase this before you try and do the move. The first step to the move is you will want to have your player get a running start. So you want to hold R2 and move forward with your left stick. So once you start to do that and your player has a little momentum and he has a running start, you want to take your right stick and then flick it diagonal down to the opposite hand. So the ball is in my right hand, so I'm going to flick my right stick diagonal down to the left. Now the ball is in my left hand, I'm going to flick my right stick diagonal down to the right. And then you just continue to spam it. Now when you're flicking your right stick, you can hold R2 or not hold R2 while you're doing it. Whichever one you feel more comfortable with. But just make sure you go into the my court and practice it. Again, the first thing you want to do is get a running start. Have your player moving forward by holding R2, and then you want to take your right stick and go diagonal down to the opposite hand. So right here, it's in my right hand. You want to go diagonal down to the left, diagonal down to the right, diagonal down to the left, diagonal down to the right. And that's really all you have to do in order to do it. You could do it all the way down the court. It doesn't matter if it's a lock on you. This is basically like the new dribble glitch. It's very hard to pluck the ball when you're doing this up the court. For the second move that I want to show you guys is the instant step back, or the dribble back. And in order to do this move, the way I'm doing it, you either want to put on size of package Allen Iverson or Kobe Bryant. You can use either or. I'm using Allen Iverson in this video. So I feel like this move is underrated because it's a great move to use to have your defender continuously guessing on what's the next move you're going to use. Like right here, he thinks I have the open drive, which I see, so I know he's going to predict that, and I use this move to get a wide open three right here. So now for how to do the move. So basically what you want to do is just do any move that you could speed boost out of. So I do this little sway crossover, I speed boost out of it. Now if you're not familiar with the stutter stop, you want to do a stutter stop, and basically all I'm doing is letting go of every button right there. You see, let me rewind it. You see right here, when my player starts to stutter, that's the stutter stop. This is basically a slowed down version I'm trying to show you guys of how to do it. So you want to do a move, speed boost out of it, and then after a while you want to let go of all your buttons so that happens. And then you want to hold R2 and then flick your right stick down, and your player is going to do this move. And when you flick your right stick down, you don't want to be holding on to your left stick. You want your player to come to a full stop. So one more time, do any move, speed boost out of it, let go of all your buttons, and then you want to hold R2 and flick your right stick down, and you're going to do this. Another thing about this move that makes it so effective is that, you know, when you catch ankles like that, sometimes the player is still able to recover even if you break them. With this move, you're able to push yourself back to the three-point line easily with this move. Now what I want to show you guys about this move is how effective it is and how much options you have out of this move. Look straight out of this step back, I can speed boost right out of it. Now look at this possession, what I do. Look at how after I do the between the legs and speed boost out of it, that little corner I could hit and get an open lane. Say this was a real person, I would have got so much more space. But the most important part about this move is that whenever there's an open lane, I can always fake that lane to get myself an open three, which I did in this possession. There's a free lane right there, I'm able to do the step back to throw my defender off and get a better shot. For the third move, I'm going to be showing you guys the between the leg spin back, and for this move you want to use moving crossover Pro 2, or you can use normal 3, and for the spin you want to use basic 1. Now for the first step of this move, you want to be running either to the left or the right. When you're running to the left, you want to put the ball between your legs to the other hand. So I'm holding R2, I'm moving forward with my left stick towards the left, and then what you want to do is take your right stick and flick it diagonal down to the opposite hand, which would be right. So I'm moving it diagonal down to the right here. Same thing right here. If I'm running to the right, the ball is in my right hand, I'm gonna hold R2, flick my right stick diagonal down to the left to get into the opposite hand. Same thing once more. If I'm running to the left, I'm gonna flick my right stick diagonal down to the right to get it into the right hand. Now for the second step, what you want to do is, once you do it between the legs, if the ball is in your left hand, you want to take your right stick and rotate it from 7 o'clock to 3 o'clock, because once you flick your right stick diagonal down to the left, it's already going to be at 7 o'clock. So all you have to do is rotate it all the way to 3 o'clock. Same thing on the other side, just reverse. Now if you're running to the left, the ball gets into your right hand, you want to take your right stick and rotate it from 5 o'clock to 9 o'clock. For the third and final step, what you want to do is, after you do between the legs and you spin back, all you want to do is flick your right stick down so your player lands like right by the 3-point line and is able to shoot. As you're doing this move, try to keep your left stick pointed in the same direction. Don't really move it too much, or else your player will start to move out of control. Usually when I do this, I keep my left stick pointed in whatever direction I was going in. But there are also some occasions where I might move it a little bit closer to the 3 or 9 o'clock range, depending on where my player is on the court. You just have to practice and see. That's going to be the end of the video. Make sure to like and comment if this video helped you out with these moves. Let me know in the comment section what you guys want me to take videos of, and also I'm going to be streaming on YouTube and possibly Twitch too. Make sure to follow my Twitch in the description. But I'll be live streaming my new 1v1 build. I don't have a schedule yet, but just make sure you have notifications on so you'll know whenever I'm streaming.